Hello, welcome back to AG Engineering, as I usually say. I've got an Amel monobloc carburettor with a broken off tick over screw. Get you in there. We've got that to get out today. I've already had a little play around with setting this up on the mill. As you can see, it's on a small angle plate. We've got one bolt through the manifold stud hole, one bolt straight through the body of the carb with a clamp strap on it. Move this round the back. You can see the setup. We just bolted onto the mill table there, squared up, not that it matters in that rotation, but it's squared anyway. And we've got a little bit of freedom of movement there to set this up vertical, and I'll do it as I did with the Norton head earlier on, and other things with a guide rod, a ground rod in the chuck there. So I'll get that one set up and then bring the camera back. As before, on other jobs, a piece of ground bar in there. Just turn that a little. And we can use that to align up to the side of our carburettor. Set that up as far as we can go, and this is just nipped up a little bit just so we can pivot that slightly. You can see that there. Drop down a fraction. There. Like that. Try that forward a little bit again. A little bit more yet. That's it. So that I can nip up the nut at the back. Like that. And we can nip up our nuts at the front. Will do. Like that. Just recheck we're in alignment. I'll just put a little bit of white paper at the back there. Just need to tilt a little over at the top again. Just back that off a little bit. Tap there. A bit more. That's it. So we're in alignment there. So nip everything up again. That's that axis set. So we know we're vertical to this plane and we know we're vertical to this rod. So the next thing we've got to do is get concentric with our broken off screw there. As is usual with these jobs, I use a 2-flute cutter to get a concentric spot onto the broken stud. There's a good tick over screw, and the thread there measures about 4.5 millimeters, and the tick over point, whatever you want to call it, that actually pushes the carburetor slide up, 2.86. So I'm going to drill through until we reach that point. We should know that should drop off onto the inside or become very loose. So I'll get this spotted now, and we'll see where we go from there. Let's put a bit of oil in the mill spindle. Take the spindle lock off. I'll put that little head torch on again, as I had before. So we'll run that up and get it centralised to that. We'll take it down with the hand wheel. And again, it's just a by-eye job. And we can come towards as a fraction. We can go that way a little tiny bit. And I think at that we're about centralised. Take the camera in as close as I can. I don't know if this will be in focus, but we're just starting to break through the shell into the threads again there. And my next plan was to put a centre drill in. So I'll just stop the camera a moment while I change that over. Alright, I've swapped that and I've got a problem there. I can't get in with that collet size into there. I'll just pass that through a little bit more, but I don't think I'm going to get it. So what we might have to do, I don't know, let's just see. So I'm going to take that. Oh yeah, we'll get that. Good. Spin block off. Whack the speed up. And I'm just hand feeding this one. I really am going nowhere near fast enough for that tiny little tip on the end there. So I'll go steady and we'll keep it cleared. And we've got a countersink hole in there now. Just move that in again so you can see it. It's in there. What we'll do is go in with a 3mm drill, I think. Size of that. So as I say, that part was just under 3mm. So if we're going with a 3mm, hopefully we take that bit of it off. Again, spindle lock off. Let the mill get up to speed. Now sometimes this will grab it and loosen it, but I don't feel that that's happening at the moment. We're just starting to break through there. That's it, I just felt it go through. And I just want to get in there with the mirror and have a quick look. See in there? We looking pretty concentric with the threads there. I don't know if I can see the threads just at this side again. Probably we're maybe a little bit biased this way by a tiny fraction. Remember, we're only dealing with, what is it, 2BA or something size thread here. I'm just going to go and get the little stud extractors and just have a little go and see if anything will move. Right, small square taper stud extractor. This was being used for this job before, I think. In there. We'll just tap him in. A little bit. There we go. Doesn't always work, but when it works, it works. Drill right the way through, which sort of relieves the pressure, if you like, on the threads. And see, it's just took that little extension part off there. So we were let's get some light on it. Yeah, we were pretty bob on there with our drilled hole. So now we can remove that. I have had them in the past where they won't work that way, but we've got lucky this time, and I have had to helicoil them. And there are BA helicoils out there. Out there. That's it. A little stud. Must have fallen through somewhere. He's gone. Wherever he's gone. Let's just put a bit of cleaner through that in a second. Let's blast him through there. Let's see if we can see through the back of that. We get our good one there. That's it. Another one lives to fight another day. That's that job done. So we're on to next. Same sort of thing, but this time we've got a broken off mixture screw. So we'll start setting that one up. Now this time we've got to be vertical to that. So I think we can go pretty much on the table like that and clamp it at the top there, and that'll pretty much set us up for that one. So I'll see whether I do that now or whether I do this in another episode. So I'm going to stop the camera and it'll either carry on in a minute or on another episode. Right, we're back. So, similar setup to before, except this time we need to be vertical with that hole on the mixer screw we're trying to do. So we need to be horizontal there. So all I've got is a piece of round bar stop there sitting in the T of the bed, which raising us up a little bit because I need access in there. If the carb's down there, I can't get the collet in. And we're bolted on the underside there. You can see that down there, bolted through the flange there onto the angle plate, so we're square that way. The angle plate's square to the table again. So let's just alter the setup of this a little bit and get you in to see that part. And again, I've already lined up and our cutter goes in there nicely that way. Same 4mm 2 flute cutter. If I turn it 90 degrees, goes in nicely that way. So we'll start that up and we'll just spot that broken off face flat, just so that our centre drill doesn't wander. we're just looking that we don't take any of the alley out, or as little as possible. And that's it, and just about seeing there. Yep, so we've got a flat surface to work from now. I'll just drop the table down a minute. Let's have a little check of that with our mirror as ever. Yeah, we don't look too bad there, so I'll change this to a centre drill again. For those of you that get this problem, the only thing I would advise I'm just finding my collar. The only thing I would advise is please, if you want to save your carburettor, don't go at it with a pistol drill, a hand drill, and that. At least do it on a drill press. Ideally you want some kind of compound table, cross vise, something where you can position nice and accurately, a little bit at a time. I mean, this is perfectly doable in a decent drill press. It doesn't have to be a mill with these little tiny things, but don't do it by hand. Do us the spotting. I think it's screwed down a little bit then, you know. I think it has. So I think it's on the move. Change that for a drill bit again. I'm just going to check the mixture screw diameter, because it's the same as a tick over screw. And that's the same again, 4.5mm. So we'll go in with our 3mm. Well, it's definitely screwed its way in. And this time I'm just going to try and go deep enough to make sure that we've got our try it at that. Make sure that we've got our stud extractor engaged. I don't want to go through, because if I go through onto the seat, the needle seat, that's the carburetor buggered. So you've got to consider with these things, you can't set a hard and fast rule and say you must drill through to clearance or whatever. It's better if you can, but there may be reasons and times where you can't. Just tap our extractor in again. And there we go. It's a double whammy. And that's another one saved. 2 carburetors done. That's it from me. I'll get this dismantled and ready to go back. And I shall see you on the next episode, which I think is fin repairs. So as ever, I'll just turn the camera around. As ever from me. Oh, I'm shining my light in your eyes. Sorry about that. As ever from me, thanks for watching. I'll see you again. Bye for now.